Hey everybody, do a video, several part video on how I go about painting a body. We're gonna start off with the 2010 Camaro from Zuman Motorsports. As most of us are stuck in our basements playing with slot cars or doing whatever it is you possibly can do to keep yourself sane at this time of a health crisis, if you will. Some of us are still fortunate enough to be working, some of us are not. So I'm going to do, like I said, a several part video on how I paint bodies, because I'm bored and I got bodies to paint, so I'm going to paint them. First things first, as you see, I took this little guy out of the package and just, give it a look over, make sure everything's good. There's no flashing on it, which 99% of the bodies you're going to get from any of the major three are clean. They don't need to be trimmed and shaped and stuff like that, unless if you're whoring out the inside of them and lightening them up and making them into race bodies. I do that, but not as a off the shelf painted body. It takes way too much time, and I don't like doing it because certain people want a certain amount of weight trimmed off of various areas. Like some people want all of this taken out here on the sides, or some people just want the roof and the hood and the trunk area lightened up, leave all the weight on the bottom. It varies from what one person wants to another, so I let them carve the bodies up. Or if they want to send me a carved up body, I can do that too. So first things first, throw the body on the ground and stomp on it. We got to drill some holes. That's what I do first. Start with the back post and just center it, because this really doesn't hold the body in place other than just the flop itself in the back. So you just want to center your drill bit in the post itself. Drill out enough of a hole to stab the screw that I'm completely unprepared for, because I put the screws away. Oh no, here they are. I didn't put my screwdriver away though. I had to clean my mess of a bench up before I did this video, because I'm sure everybody's bench is spotless and perfectly clean and well organized. So screw that in just a little bit. Get yourself a spot where it's going to sit. The body's going to sit. As you can see, it's pretty well centered, front to back. Just give it a little hold here and try to line it up side to side. And that looks pretty good. Your front to back. And side to side. And usually, again, on Paul's bodies and Greg's bodies and Jeff's bodies, that would be Hurley, Hemp Motorsports, Greg's Garage, and Zuman Motorsports, in case for those of you who don't know. Their posts are damn near dead nuts, right where they have to be centered. So drilling it off is very unlikely. You really don't even have to line the chassis up on the body. You could just basically stab it right in the middle. But I used a little fine tip Sharpie and give myself a little bit of a mark right there in the center where it's got to be. And you see it's a little to the back. And we go ahead and drill that hole. Just try and square yourself up. Let's make sure that you're not drilling the screw in crooked. And I used to have a piece of tape around an older drill bit. I used to have a piece of tape on here that would give me my stop point. And usually you go the length of the screw, maybe a little bit more than the length of the screw. Paul's including these little shorties. Where are we? These little shorty screws now. And here they're probably 1/16 of an inch shorter than the other screw, which is good for the front. the less crap you got to screw in there into the body. But like I said, I used to have on the drill bit a stopper, if you will, piece of tape, so you would only go in the screw hole so far, so you wouldn't poke through in the hood. But that's a feel thing. I've done so many of these stinking bodies that I kind of got a rough idea of where it needs to stop. So then I just do a little test fit on the chassis to make sure I like it. And screw it on there, and that's pretty good. I like it. It's left to right, front to back, side to side. Fits good. Okay. Now we'll move on to prep work, which will be part 2.